Welcome to today's deep dive. You wake up with a stiff lower back, or you're exhausted because your body naturally wants to sleep an hour longer than your alarm clock actually allows.
Right, yeah, the classic morning struggle.
Exactly. And then the second you step outside without sunscreen, the sun just burns your skin.
Yeah.
What if these aren't just the quirks of getting older, but actual biological evidence that you are essentially an alien on your own planet?
I mean, it sounds completely like science fiction, but the sources we are looking at today, they actually synthesize astrobiology, geophysics, and even theology to propose exactly that. It's this radical hypothesis that human beings didn't originally evolve on Earth.
It's like discovering your lifelong home is just a rental, and your biological lease actually belongs to like a completely different solar system.
Right, exactly. The argument really starts with our physical framework. The research points out that human skeletal stress like spinal disc herniation and the extreme mechanics of bipedal childbirth, it suggests our bodies were engineered for a world with lighter gravity.
Lighter gravity, like how much lighter?
Somewhere around 0.8 g to 0.9 g. So Earth's standard 1.0 g is quite literally compressing and degrading our spines over time.
Wow. Okay, well, that actually makes my back feel a little better just hearing that. But I know our natural circadian rhythm defaults to a 25-hour cycle, right? Rather than Earth's strict 24 hours. Wait, couldn't our 25-hour clock just be a quirk of human behavior?
You mean like we just evolved to stay up later on the campfire or something?
Yeah, exactly. Does the research strictly tie this to actual planetary mechanics?
It does, yeah. They link this internal clock directly to a progenitor planet's slightly slower axial rotation.
Okay, so how does a planet get a 25-hour day naturally?
Well, for a habitable planet to maintain an even warm climate without becoming tidally locked, where one side permanently faces its star, it needs a thicker atmosphere.
Right, that makes sense.
And that thick atmosphere basically creates drag. It's known as atmospheric thermal tides. So it acts like a brake on the planet's spin.
Oh, I see. So that braking effect results in a day that's roughly 25 hours long.
You got it. Our internal biology is simply keeping time with that slower, thicker world.
Okay, so if we aren't built for a 1.0 Dre rock with a 24-hour day, what kind of planet are we actually built for? Can the researchers just, reverse engineer our home world from our biological complaints?
They can. And the sun is actually the next major clue. I mean, think about indigenous terrestrial animals, lizards, birds, dogs. They all navigate comfortably under direct solar glare.
Yeah, but humans require artificial protection. We need, hats and sunscreen.
Right. Our extreme sensitivity to UV light suggests we evolved under a dimmer, highly stable K-type orange dwarf star, not a volatile G-type yellow dwarf like our current sun.
Wait, really? So my sunburn isn't just bad luck. It's literally an evolutionary hangover from a different star.
Exactly. And this is where the research brings in ancient texts, which is super fascinating. They specifically look at the biblical flaming sword that guarded the Garden of Eden.
A flaming sword? Hey, wait. How do you get a flaming sword from planetary physics?
Well, they argue this wasn't a literal sword, but a planetary magnetosphere. In planetary physics, a rapidly spinning liquid metallic core creates a whirling magnetic shield.
Oh, to deflect sterilizing solar radiation.
Precisely. And when that massive magnetosphere deflects stellar winds, it creates these intense, violent auroras. So to early humans, a barrier of blazing plasma in the sky guarding the planet, it would look exactly like a wall of fire.
Or a flaming sword. So the flaming sword is essentially a massive electromagnetic umbrella preventing our atmosphere from being blown into space.
Yeah, that's a great way